Hey guys, imagine you clicked on the link because you yourself are looking for something that's going to protect your OBD2 port on your vehicle from being attacked. Now, reasons for having that, or I guess OBD2, let's go into OBD2s have been around since 1996, a little bit earlier for some other vehicles, but it was mandatory for OBD2 connections, like you will see here. It'd be the opposite of what you see on this. All manufacturers still put these ports on their vehicles. And the reason for that is so you gain access to the computer of your vehicle, so you could check codes, erase codes, program stuff into your car, all of that stuff. The OBD2 port is a very important access point for your vehicle. Now, over the years, it's become more and more accessible for people to actually use something similar to this. Obviously, this is just to check your vehicle's codes and clear them. But there's actually programming devices that you could use as well that allow you to access the computer, onboard computer on your car, and then take a set of keys and then essentially reprogram a set of blank key fobs that you have so that you could access someone's car and directly steal it. And it has become a very popular means of stealing people's cars. Break in, plug in, download your own key code, and you're essentially ready to go. And it doesn't take thieves long to do that at all. And so the only way to get around that is to essentially block it, block off that access to it. And I want to go over here some methods. Again, these are going to be some 3D printed examples here. I actually download these, and you can put some screws through them. And this is just a simple cap. But this one goes over this one and locks in place. And these are plastic, and that's okay. But I'm going to go over this item here by MITOB. And there's a lot of different manufacturers right now that are selling these. This one's about 25 bucks. But what I like about it is, and we'll go in here and take a look at it, is the way you can lock it out and keep people from accessing your OBD2 port. So let's take a look at it. This is the device right here. This is going to be a nice, fairly thick aluminum cover that's going to go directly over your OBD2 port. Now, how this works is you're going to have a couple drivers here. You're going to have a couple screws. I'm not going to show you guys instead of the screws because they're going to be specialized screws to what you do. Maybe I'll show you later in the video, but the point is not to give people an idea of essentially what's in these kits. But what you're going to get, and what you can see here too, is you're going to be tape. This is going to actually help you to cover it after the fact. So whatever screws you end up using. You also get a couple different A and G versions. I think these are just simply going to be how far they reach, the arms on them. And you'll put them in and essentially lock them in place. And these stickers also work too to cover up the port so people can't see that after you put your screws in. And then here's your instructions as well. Now, I'm not saying necessarily go buy this one. MITOB is not affiliated with this whatsoever, but as you can see here, A buckle is for all cars except GM cars, and then G is for GM cars. And then you can see here is how you put the buckle on the OBD2 port. So put it over the top of your port, let it get over the clasp. You can also use the adhesive tape to hold it on there. And you'll take this cover then and put it on top of that, and then you'll use the two different screw sets. So you have multiple screws to use to help make it harder for whoever is trying to take out the screws. So they're not able to use just one driver. They're going to have to use multiple drivers to get it off. And then stick the adhesive over the top so you can hide the screws. And there you go. So if you ever need to take it apart again, all you got to do is just have your drivers on hand, use those to remove the screws that you have here, and you should be fine. So let's get into it. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. I've got a vehicle in mind, and some of you guys may be asking yourself, okay, well, how do I know if my car is one of those cars that's on the list? Well, essentially, you can look up the top vehicles stolen in the United States or in your state, and that'll give you an idea of possibly what vehicles there are. But I did a little research myself. My vehicle is going to be a Dodge I'm putting on, and it is a vehicle that is highly stolen. Luckily, I'm in an area where it's not stolen as much, but if you get into those bigger cities, it's definitely going to be one of those vehicles that's easily stolen. So Dodges, Chevys, Fords, you name it, all across the board, there's plenty of vehicles that are getting stolen that you'd want to use something like this on to help protect it. So let's go ahead and watch as I install it on my vehicle. All right, so we got our retainer clip piece that's right here. We're going to take that and go ahead and place it on there over the little locking mechanism like so. Now again, we could take some tape and hold it in place, which in this case, it looks like we're going to need that. So grab your tape like so. then just rip off a little bit, or however much you think you need. Again, this is just a little bit cumbersome. I'm gonna go ahead and lay this right across the top like so. I don't want to cover up the holes. Just actually place it on there like that, and then slide it up like so. And now it's locked, or at least held in place. Next up is going to be this guy. This is going to be the actual protective case that holds in place. So then I'm going to have the baggie with the screws in it. These are going to be the longer ones. They said to use those first. I'm going to start with mine already placed inside, at least the first one, so that it goes up in there pretty good. Or at least I could get it started. I'm trying to put it up there after the fact. I have a feeling it's not going to be that easy. Now, getting it started might not be the easiest thing to do, but you gotta give it a try. And luckily mine is appearing to go. All right, that is in place. Now, I might run another set of screws that you see here in this baggie and finalize it. You guys are only seeing one of the type of screws I'm putting, but it's gonna be the same thing. Now it's already started, it's in there, it's locked. I could just be done with this as is, and I don't have to worry about doing any more. I'm perfectly fine. And I can finish up with just this black sticker, place it over the top, and nobody's gonna know any wiser. It's locked up in place. Someone's have to take something extremely strong to cut this out and to gain access to it. And odds are they're just not going to do it. It's going to be too difficult for them to do that. They're going to give up on the car, because the key to stealing your car is to get done in the shortest time possible. And if you remove those options that make it easy, they're going to flee and they're going to go away. And this is a great, I can't pull that off. That's on their strong. I think that's a great design. And yeah, why not put something, if you know your car is something that's gonna be stolen and you don't want to deal with the hassle of it being stolen, and you only got 25 bucks to spend, this is one of the best ways to lock it out. So I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you think about this? Is this a good setup, or do you prefer something else? I've got other things too. Kill switches in my car. Yeah, there's several things to keep this vehicle safe. But if someone can hop in your car and program it right off the bat to another key fob and drive off, that works out great. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon.